Welcome to the PTTS. Today's date is January 27, 2023, Friday. My name is Nang Hong Lam. Okay, so last night and this morning I have finished capturing the last, there was like about 3 tape left. So I have finished capturing those 3 tape into my laptop. So there is total of 17 tape, which is 17 hours. So basically that was, so that session slash video, which is titled it Contemplations of Commit Suicide Denials, and it's 17 hour long. So the 17, each hour is each part, so 17 parts. And during the whole process of capturing, part 7, 8, and 14 got deleted. So kind of like in a way, I have to come up with a way, kind of like make room in my schedule, and find some other time, make room in my schedule, and like remake those 3 parts that got deleted. Part 7, 8, and 14. Those 3 parts that got deleted. So basically remake those 3 parts. So for now, it has been done. So 17 part. The title is Contemplations of Commit Suicide Denials. 17 part. And also last night, right after I finished the 17 part, the final, like the last hour, the 17 part. So right after that, I kind of like trying to, because in the last hour, like the last part, I did mention about like the whole, like kind of like just in that conclusion of the last, on the 17 part, like on the conclusion part, like I was saying, like I was aiming to try to conclude, like go through those video games that was in my summarization of my background, kind of go through it and trying to arrange it in chronological order, kind of like arranged it by chronology, which is chronology slash, it's just another way of, a chronology is kind of like chronological order. So basically arranged by chronological order, arranged by chronology. So anyway, well, I mean, like again, it was just all I did, kind of like in a way, like if you watching the first video, kind of like in a way, I was just saying that there's this whole contemplations, that this whole argument that I supposed to have, contemplate, commit suicide, and I was kind of like in the night, am I just gonna go and commit suicide? It's just like, I'm just trying to like argue my way back. I am kind of like, so in a way, that's why I started making this video, this 17-hour long video. So it wasn't really too much planning involved, because it's just my way of arguing back that I'm not gonna go and commit suicide. It's like, so in a way, it's just my way of arguing back. So it wasn't fully planned or anything like that. So it's just like my way of arguing that I'm not gonna go and commit suicide. It's like, so basically, so right after I finished the video, kind of like, I took some time trying to arrange those video games titles that I brought up in a more chronological order. So, but So anyway, just right after I finished part 17, so I did that right after I finished part 17. So yeah, so in the description part, I kind of add that to like arranged by chronological, arranged by chronology, like the video game titles is that I brought up, and also while doing that, I noticed that there were like multiple titles is I kind of left out, while like again it was just that whole wasn't really exactly fully planned. It's just my way of arguing back that I'm not gonna go and commit suicide. It's like it's just so it's not fully planned. So I left out a few video game titles. So I seemed reasonable. It's just my way of arguing back that I'm not gonna go and commit suicide. So while I was typing up like all those titles, so I noticed that there were multiple video game titles that I left out, but it like again, like it was just my way of arguing back that I'm not gonna go and commit suicide. It's just so it's not fully like well thought through and put together. It's just like my way of arguing back that I'm not gonna go and commit suicide. So anyway, I did that. So okay. Anyway, okay. So basically, I just want to follow up on what happened. So that's completed. So basically, that's all. Like the contemplation of commit suicide denials is this 17 part, and then the descriptions, and then there were multiple video game title I left out. So it's in that description and all of that. Okay, so basically that's all. I just want to point that out, since it's just that's all been done this morning. So just like a few hours. So after I've done with all of that, I went and had my lunch. So this is all happening just hours ago, like this morning, right after I woke up. So okay. So anyway, while I was having lunch, I was just kind of like, there was that thought, it's kind of like, in a way, I wanted to be upset, kind of like in a way, like, kind of want to be upset at the people who I felt that are considered as hunter, who's been hunting me, kind of like, why don't you, like, kind of in a way, like just saying like, Hunter, can you have better things to do instead of hunting my life and things like that? Kind of like, in a way, like, while I had that thought, kind of like, are those hunters just, creating all those conflicts to my life because they've been hunting me? That's why, kind of like, in a way, I wanted to just express my resentments toward them, kind of like, in a way, why are you doing this to me, and things like that. Kind of like want to express that resentment toward those hunter. Kind of, but at the same time, I stopped it myself. It's just like, what if? So I decided to stop myself and then and look at the bigger picture. What if those hunter, been following me for many years of time and didn't get any result from their hunts, and it's kind of like, in a way, many years of time without any result. Just imagine the life they're going through, it's just like, and then in a way they would be also having resentments too, so for many years of time having no result and things like that. So kind of in a way, but at the same time they are hunting me. They are, it's like, why am I speaking for them? They are hunting me, and shouldn't, it's the other, like, I'm not, since they're hunting my life, why am I speaking for them? They're trying to ruin my life, trying to put me in misery and things like that, and why am I speaking for them? Kind of like, in a way, at the same time, it would be kind of unreasonable toward myself, speaking for the hunter who's hunting me, and kind of like in a way, why am I speaking for them who trying to make me like create misery and conflicts to my life, and I'm just trying, I'm speaking for them. So in a way, it's unreasonable. So I decided that to look at it in a bigger picture and to make it into a more elaborate argument. So kind of like I would title that argument as hunter or hunted argument. So in a way, that's what I conclude at, I'm going to make an elaborate argument on the hunter or hunted argument. Kind of like in a way, who's supposed to be the one that is having resentment? The hunter who's been hunting for many years without any result, or the hunted who got hunted and it's at the point of, hunting the hunter back, It's kind of like in a way, who should be the one with the resentments, like the hunter who's gonna get hunted, or like the hunted or the person who's been hunted for all those years of time and things like that, and it's at that point of going to hunt the hunters back, and it's kind of like, I just want to make that into a more elaborate argument. So basically I just want to point that out, that would be something that I want to work on, instead of just being unreasonable to myself and trying to. So it's not gonna be like in this one that I just completed, the 17-hour one, that is just my way of arguing back. So this one, the next one, the hunter or hunted argument, I'm gonna put some thought into it, and I'm gonna elaborate it, and I'm gonna gather some evidences to support me on this argument. So this is gonna be different from the one that I just completed, like that 17-hour arguments. So it's gonna be different from that. This one I'm gonna put some thought into it. I'm gonna gather some evidence and everything to support me on this argument. So I just want to point this one out, like the hunter or hunted argument. So okay, so basically, and also this argument also led me to the past event, which started on around the Christmas of 2021. There was this time, I also, around the Christmas time of December 25th, which is Christmas Day, so December 25th, 2021, I also have contemplation of commit suicide. So, and I felt like it is the whole Christmas holiday, celebrating that's the tradition that is in the USA during the Christmas time, this Christmas holiday celebration and things like that. So I felt like it's not really it's kind of different from contemplation of commit suicide and things like that. So I started making this confessions, which I titled it as Contemplation of Commit Suicide Confession. So it is 31 chapter long. So it's 31 chapter long, and I kind of in a way as just saying people who about to have those being punished, having those capital punishments such as being hanged or put to death in certain way, they have a chance to talk with a reference